Hi everyone and welcome to FilmDirt. Let's talk about Blues Brothers 2000. I've already reviewed the original film a short while ago. I've got to talk about the sequel now, haven't I? I've just seen it recently to refresh my memory, and I was surprised it was actually released in 2006. I thought it was released in the 90s, longer ago, but so I've watched it again, and let's talk about a few things because it's a very curious movie. I don't think it was a cash grab. I think it was a genuine reunion. John Landis is back, and it's a nice film. You've got some nice individual characters and relationships. Obviously now John Belushi from the original film has sadly passed away, so we've now got John Goodman and Joe Morton as other members of the band that will appear at the end of the movie. And there's doesn't seem to be much of a flow. It's hard to describe, where in the original movie it was just nuts. It was just stuff happening, and there was always that chase where the Blues Brothers were on the run, but there was momentum, and it was just crazy. But for this, they're trying to make a story, and it's not as interesting or as funny. There are some nice moments. You know, the relationship between Matt Murphy and Aretha Franklin, that's a nice relationship. They look like they're a real couple and they're bickering, and that's quite funny when they're on screen. A lot of the original band are back, which again is great, but I don't know, it's not as interesting. The themes are the same as before. They're trying to save something. I think this time it's a children's hospital or part of a children's wing. And now you've got a child actor who's joined the cast. Not a very interesting character. That's no fault of the actor. I'm sure he's very good, but the direction is straight and stoic. You know, standing there in your suit with your glasses. I mean, that's a great image for the original Blues Brothers. But here, I think it's almost a parody, and it's completely unnecessary. Not very realistic. Not that it should be, but we've got to have some relevance and be invested and be believing in their cause. I don't think we really get much of that here. The music again is great. Lots of blues legends, lots of music throughout the film and set pieces. And the film, maybe for me, it drags towards the end, and they're pulling powers from above or from within. We're going from a balls out comedy to themes from another dimension and the heavens. I don't quite understand what's going on here, and it's definitely not as interesting as before. If you're watching this with the family, you've got some older kids, I think they're going to get bored around the lean periods towards the end in the second half of the movie. I don't think the story was as carefully thought out as per the original movie. I think the intentions were great here, and Dan Aykroyd is a very good writer. He's written some fantastic stuff. You know, John Landis is fantastic as well. He directed Thriller, one of the best music videos of all time. So he knows a thing or two about this area, doesn't he? But it just didn't come together with this movie. If you're just watching it for the music, I think that's the way to go. There's some fantastic music here. There's a lot of material you can just watch and then rewind and watch it again. Like I said in my review for the original movie, some great music here. And the original movie is responsible for probably getting me into blues music. I think it's great. You can put it on and it makes you feel good. You know, even though it's blues and it's naturally negative themes. My wife left me, my dog's died, or you know, that's basically what blues lyrics is. But the music itself is fantastic. You know, when you've got a guitar solo, you just want to get up and dance. You know, you just can't help it. And if you can do that with the family, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Bringing family together, enjoying a comedy with music. I'm not really into musicals, I've got to be honest, but these Blues Brothers movies, I think they're pretty much responsible for turning your opinion into musicals. But unfortunately, I think this film bombed, so they didn't really make another. I said in my previous review for the original movie that I think they should make another one. I still stand by that. There's still quite a theme with actors from the 80s and 90s bringing their old characters back. Dan Aykroyd did it recently with Ghostbusters. I think he co-wrote that as well as starred in it, obviously. Sly Stallone obviously brought back a couple of his 80s characters, so I think Blues Brothers 3, I think it will be a hit if they can just get the story right and get the tone of the movie and some good gags and set pieces and just give it a whole feel-good feel without being bogged down by pretty much, I've got to say, a boring story like in this one. Maybe Jim Belushi can actually star in this. I don't know if he's still acting nowadays. He wasn't in this film, curiously. I don't know why. Maybe he was busy. He was in the Blues Brothers gigs that toured America for a couple of decades. So it's curious why he's not in this. Anyway, I can only give it 2 stars. I was toying with maybe 3. It's not really that interesting, and it is a little bit boring at times, like I said, in the second half of the movie maybe. So I'll give this 2 stars. Those 2 stars, that's for the music. If you treat this like an extended music video, you'll get some enjoyment, and don't think about the story too much, because I think that's got to be left in the background. Enjoy the blues for what it is. And as in the previous movies review, these films are suggested by the Blues Jams YouTube channel. Thoroughly recommend you taking a look at that. They post videos of live music from pubs and bars around London that are hosting jam sessions. It's awesome, so subscribe to them as well. I'll put a link down in the description below. That's the end of my review, so I'll finish off with just a little bit about me. I don't accept any bonuses or payments from any of the studios to post good reviews. All my reviews are genuine. Thanks again for joining me, and it was great speaking to you. I'll see you again for another review soon. Take care.